That's a good question. Okay, so what happened last time? We're talking about ASIN, and we realized that it's not good for upstreaming yet because it's a part of some bigger fix that happened only in our branch. And we prepared a pull request that did not receive any kind of response yet. A one that was dealing with a ref leak in one of the tests. Well, not really the tests, but the library itself. And at the point, I'm not sure what's there, what's left to be done.
Well, so for the ASAN thing, this is blocked on moving to module state. So we're isolating module state. So I guess that's where we are. We need to clean up this giant stream of patches, which basically means removing the extra things. Now let me share my screen with you.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
That's what I forgot. YouTube sees everything, but you don't. Alright, so we have a bunch of patches, and some of them are like add a hacky failing test, demonstrate the issue, and then it's all Python module isolation. I don't think there's anything extra in here. GC objects. This is automated right now. It's not. Yeah, there's bumping the minimum Python version to 3.10. That might be good to call out in the pull request.
Yeah.
This one needs to go.
Sure.
And it's into 3.13. Then it's isolation. Expand the temporary demonstration. Oh, this raise error should not be there. State. Remove the memory leak. That's a separate pull request. Debug hack, of course, should not be there. And adding a comment about a ref leak. That might be an issue to tackle next. Presumably when the Python object is just no, you can't really solve this one. If you want to continue this and add ref leak testing to RPMs, then it might be good to follow up with this, but maybe it's not that important.
That's an interesting thought. I don't really have an idea what does it mean or how.
So ref leaks mean that if somebody uses the API that leaks, the the process will leak memory,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it leaks one Python object per, I don't know, transaction or so, and a usual DNF run has 100 transactions, then nobody will notice. It'll be a few kilobytes of leaked memory, and that'll get freed when the process ends. If somebody runs RPM, for example, in a server, and has 10 transactions per day and leaves that running for months, then it might become a problem. I don't know if anybody does that. But that might be a problem for like web-based update tools or something like that. But the main problem is it's not really about the CAPI, but more about setting up RPM's test suite to run a debug version of Python. So you might want to talk to RPM maintainers rather than me.
Okay, whether this is something that they wanted.
Right. Okay,
all
so how do we do this? Do you want to do it, or should I?
Talking to the RPM maintainers is the question now.
Oh yeah, sorry, I backtracked too much. That's up to you. Happy to help if there's anything I can help with.
Okay. What was the question about then?
The question was about removing the hacks and preparing the pull request.
Okay, I can try. I can go through it.
Turn off your camera, share your screen.
Yes. Just let me start what needs to be started. Let me hide what needs to be hidden. And where were we?
So I'm at commit 50567.
Yes, there is just one more thing, and I'll be sharing. Yes. All right. Oh, I can't share a window. I need to share the whole screen. So I'm going to share like that. Could you please confirm that you see something?
See it. Sharing it with the world.
Sharing it with the world. So there is the list of commits, and we started somewhere
here. Right,
D66.
So since this wasn't shared yet, it's probably best to rebase it on top of the current main or current master.
I believe RPM is still on master, so really? Okay. detached head because I'm going to spawn a branch from that. How about that? No. Two is always.
Origin master. Origin master.
That's. I hope. That's that is.
No,
I hope do.
you have a branch called master from which. Well, oh, okay. Not up to date. Okay, good. Sorry.
So, let me just really. Check it out. Okay. Switch, and this is somewhere because we've created some more commits, but yes, it looks kind of fresh on something that was committed on 27th of May.
Make API docs part of the reference manual. Yep,
that was it.
That's the current one. All right.
All right.
So now if you do the git log one line, it should show origin master in there. Nice.
Yes. Okay. And here we are with everything that we need or we don't need. So I guess I would do interactive rebase.
Yeah, let's do that.
And let's try to about dropping the hacky and failing test, and probably dropping. Oh, maybe I need.
So let me open the list of commits as well and look at them. So the first one is switch the Python wrapper, blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that should be fine. Next is add a hacky and failing test. We don't want that. Demonstrate the issue. We don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Python module isolation. That's all good. Then the module struct, that's good. Clean up obsolete comment, that's good. Put back declaration, that's good.
Maybe put back the declaration should be squashed into cleanup and removed from.
Right.
Maybe that should be just like clean up obsolete comment.
Yes, you're right.
So that would be squash, and can I just
reword? No, squash will do that for you.
Yeah, but the function declaration is wrong here.
Changing it here won't have any effect.
All right.
Then add GC callbacks, looks all good. Runtime Python version is good as well. I might want to copy this. Convert to GC objects. That's a big one. That should be good. Use type allocation function, that's needed. MD dict from everything, that's good. Visit PyObject members, that's good. Hopefully it's still all of them. Fix a return value. If you want to squash this into something else, but I don't think like getting the commits all clean and nice is really important.
Okay, so let's go further.
Alright, use module state be good. Adding the to-do list, good. Bump minimum Python version, yep. Then there's a temporary, remove that one. Associate the module with the types, yep, we can do that now in the 3.10 version. Add accessors, should be needed. Get the state in very many files. Now next one, the expand the temporary demonstration test, that's unneeded.
Yep.
And more get the state stuff, removed unused macros, removed global state, remove the memory leak, that's a separate pull request, so remove that one. Then the debug hack isn't necessary. And the comment about the ref leak, you might want to save this commit ID for later. So
And drop it from here?
Yeah, and drop it from here. Just put it in some to-do list, whatever you use.
The big, great document for everything. Yeah, okay. And that was... just so that I know. All right then, let's see what that does.
Conflict.
Oh yes. Oh yes. In RPM module C.
If you do git diff, it usually formats it rather nicely.
Sorry?
If you do git diff, it usually formats it rather nicely. Right. Now, which one are we dealing with here?
Yeah, so Python RPM module C. Okay.
Yeah, this is after we remove the commit with let's just demonstrate the issue.
Can I see something about it here like that? Not really.
No, the hint is in your console, where it says error could not apply C9 blah blah blah, define and initialize the mod state struct.
All right.
So that's the one that cannot be applied, and if you look at that, like git show C9 that one, you'll see that this does some malloc, and the malloc is not what we want. We do want to get rid of the module, and now we don't want to get rid of the module initialized stuff. That we want to keep in until much later. Do we? No, at this point we have the module state as a global variable. So
yes.
So we want to keep both things in. If you go to the editor, we want to both keep the module initialized cannot load RPM module one more than once per process, and then allocating the module state, right? And I think we also need the declaration for module initialized, which this commit removes, which would be at line right before the Pionit RPM. Yeah, that's that one. Should I put that one back in?
Right before RPM init.
So line 258.
258. Do I
Yep.
hear it correctly? Okay, here.
Yeah.
Initialize to 0 or
yes,
just
it's initialized to 0, and then on the first initialization gets updated to 1 in there. Yep, that's should be it. Try to run the tests at this point.
Okay, wait a moment. Let me save this for sure. And what does this do? Oh.
Oh, we've deleted the testing stuff. Oh no. Okay, what's the testing stuff we removed? We no longer can test this stat.
But we've seen this issue last time and we somehow worked around it.
Huh.
It really needs great.
It installs RPM Sequoia 1.8 from Rawhide.
It is from 42, which is not Rawhide, but it is still a system a bit newer than my own.
Right, but on line 63 it says enable repo Rawhide.
Oh.
Wow. Cutting edge.
Let's see that. Will that really be so needed? I guess it is.
Yeah, it looks like somewhere in the RPM CMake they say they need RPM Sequoia 1.8.
Oh, I am not going to upgrade my system right now.
To Rawhide? Alright.
But
do you have the Rawhide repo installed?
Oh, those are yum. What do I have? I got everything.
Fedora repos rawhide.noarch. Yeah,
I've got this, and this says, what does it say? I've got Rawhide, which is not enabled because I don't want to install from that.
Right, and then the Docker file. It doesn't have Fedora repos Rawhide. Is that missing? if you just add Fedora repos rawhide to that big package list. Oh, it is there. I see it now.
Oh.
That's weird. In what context is this error occurring?
So I'm making RPM and there is just a check for a module and the module cannot be found.
Configuring incomplete. So apparently that's not in the container yet?
Apparently. Does this...
No, I don't think that's the CMake syntax for it.
I only see it in Dockerfile and is symlinked.
Yeah, in RPMIO CMake list. No. Yeah, RPMIO CMake lists. There's RPM dash Sequoia.
So
yep.
Let's do this. How bad can this be? It's fascinating though, from Fedora 41 as base, but the Docker file is already pointing at 42 also. Where does this config comes from?
I think this is like one of the testing environments they have.
All right. almost there. And all of the tests failed, and they failed because oh, but the log does not.
Oh, Python 3.13d, no such file or directory. Do we have D in?
Well, that was somewhere in the tests, and we probably get rid of it.
We should get
So
rid of it. Let me see where that was.
it will be in. About what's going on? Come on. To restart. So where
Oh,
are the
that
tests?
might be because you have a debug version of Python installed and it's doing configuration on that or something like that.
Local add. Oh, like here, like Python, but we changed. Oh, we changed. We added something to.
CMake lists?
I don't know if that was committed. There was this one directive allowing one of the sets, like set debug or possible. Oh, but do we have it in our commit list? That happened anyway. Yes, it does. It does. We have the debug hack,
Oh.
which was added, and yeah, but we drop it.
Yeah,
No,
we're
wait.
We're supposed to drop it.
We're supposed to drop it. It's not supposed to be anywhere here.
Right. Is it in the file?
It's not in any file, I guess. Nope. No, I don't have it. So why is here running a debug Python? And
maybe it's just the first one it found.
is that so though? Yes, it is.
313D. Where is that thing coming from?
That will be my Python.
Anyway, it looks like it compiled. So let's let's commit that and continue the rebase, and then test at the very end.
All right. So that I will do. Okay. No. How about that? Just the debug idle test. That's all right. I don't need those right now at the moment. Will this make things? Oh.
Oh wow.
Wait, but that is something that should come with Devil rather than
Yeah.
debug. And I thought I've got Devil installed.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes things even more scary. Okay.
Well, you have it installed on your machine. I don't know if it's installed in the Docker container.
Well, I just removed the debug Python from my own machine and it changed everything. So I have no idea how the system works.
Yeah, I
So
think it looks at what's installed on your machine and
okay. Let's see what's changed in RPM module C. We brought back the initialization of the module and we decided to leave both
both of those for now.
parts. All right, I want to commit that. And this is something I probably want to drop because this is removing Sequoia, yes. And that would be it. So git rebase, continue. Define and initialize the mod state struct.
Yep.
Huh.
Well, it did. Anybody who wants to review that is free to do it. They can get the tests working.
All right.
Next
And clean up obsolete command and function declaration. And that's another
RPM module.c.
and it would be again something so it was clean up obsolete comment. We don't want the comment, but we probably still want to keep
we want to keep the declaration.
The declaration. All right, so let's do it like that and like that.
That and keep the declaration from the diff.
Sorry?
Okay, if you look at the diff, there are two red hunks, so the first one should go in.
Oh, wait. It's needed, right?
Well, it's not exactly needed, but the compiler will warn if it's not there.
255. Where were we? It was
right there. So the problem here is that you're defining a function that's not been declared before, and usually you would declare the function in some header file and then implement it in the C file. If you just want it in the C file, then you declare the function as static. Except in this case, it's a function that should be exported from the shared library as a Python module. So it doesn't need to be exposed in a header file. Python will just look for the function itself. But recent compilers, to prevent typos, will want the declaration to always be there before the definition of the function. So you kind of need both.
All right. Let's continue.
This is comment.
And we're back here because this is going to kind of the...
Put back the declaration. So just git show this AFD commit.
That's exactly what we were. Yeah, that was the one that was supposed to be squashed, but now it doesn't squash because it can't find the...
And this one has a nice comment on it.
Yay!
Okay, so
we'll keep the nice comment, and we still need the module initialized.
Yep.
And that would be this.
Oh well, that's the comment says everything I said about it, right?
So that was again. And continue. Okay, so that was put back the declaration. We will not. So rotate.
Comments, nice.
Just like that. And RPM module C, of course. What happened?
Oh, this is already use module state. Nice.
So what we wanted here.
So this is the commit that starts using the module state. For everything. Yeah, so we remove all of this, I guess.
Alright, so this is like mod state malloc. We don't want that. That was removed. From init module.
And we also will remove this module initialize thing.
So this is all going
all
away.
Going away. Yes. Now check the PyModule def. A few lines up.
PyModule def. There is no plan.
Up.
Yep.
Just a few lines up in the editor. And this says M size. Yeah, it's size of RP module state T. That's good. Remove
that
line.
one.
Yeah, that one.
We don't want.
And check that the last green hunk in the diff is now in the file.
So we are creating.
Yep, it's there. Oh, very good.
Mod state if yes. All right, let's hope.
Should be good. Maybe try compiling.
No, because Sequoia.
Oh, Sequoia.
No.
Okay, so I'll just.
Nope.
Just go on.
No. So we're continuing. All right.
Okay.
Things happened. I kind of want to push it to my fork and have you try to compile and test if you are any better luck.
Let's do that. Except
all right.
I'll now need this RPM Sequoia.
It's absolutely unbelievable that we were able to do it for months and now.
Well, so
you can fetch my fork and find multiface init 2 there. And I'll stop sharing my screen.
And I'll start sharing my screen. Reorganize everything. Okay, so your fork is this one, right?
Yes.
And what's the branch name?
Multiface init -2.
Okay, so this one to be 25BO.
Let me double check. 25BO. Yeah.
All right. So this should be make check make in build. Yep, I need RPM Sequoia 180. Apparently I need it on this machine. What to do?
Is there any chance that it would be in the repository, even if not in Rawhide?
So there was a commit on May 15th. Blah 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 blah. About RPM Sequoia 1.8. And here it is, May 14th. Bump RPM Sequoia requirement 1.8 for OpenPGP v6 support. Well, with that, I'm not worried about bumping the Python requirement to, what was it, 3.10?
3.10, yeah.
Ah, yeah. I mean, 3.9 is getting end of life in a few months. So that should be fine. Okay, so RPM Sequoia 1.8. So, let's look where what this did. RPM Sequoia 1.8, and there's this with Sequoia. Can I no say no here? False. No. Undefined. That's in RPMIO select lists.
How about off with Sequoia off?
Nope. Still wants it. RPMIO CMake lists with Sequoia. So where is with Sequoia?
It's in CMake lists. In the main CMake lists, in the main root repository. There's option with Sequoia. Yes, somewhere here.
No. That still wants it.
No.
But I probably need to remake this, right? Nope.
did you do?
Remove the build directory. Oh, and if it doesn't have a Sequoia, then it needs libgcrypt. Can we give it a recent enough libgcrypt? Policy CMP blah blah blah. I don't care. Is it okay if I don't care? Oh, did I miss something for the CMake invocation? Enable test suite. Right, once again.
Yes.
So one thing I didn't really mention is make-c lets you specify the directory make will cd into before making stuff.
Oh, that's handy.
And if you do cd in a subshell, like in these parentheses, then, well, it'll be a subshell. So this thing will be in that directory, and then the parent shell won't.
Also very handy. Oh, you're installing Sequoia.
Oh, great. Yeah, looks like there's version conflict marker in file. GCC is really smart.
Wow. Okay, I did not notice that.
Where was this?
What happened?
So let's blame
Of course, it's me.
93355 or yeah. And this commit 4b38, so you need to rebase. This looks like an unsaved file in the editor, maybe.
Can be.
But now that I've regenerated the CMake thingies, that won't run again. So I can swap this back to off. And I guess the part where I did the de-enabled test suite, I could do with Sequoia off.
Yes.
Yeah, that should be it. Yeah. So I'll be waiting for that tree base. Meanwhile, I'll remove this and try the check. Error. RPM build root blah blah blah. Ask is not an armored public key. I guess building without Sequoia is untested. Probably. Do we have libgcrypt devel in the container. Just put in something. And we're kind of out of time.
Yes, and I am trying to finish the rebase correctly.
It looks like it does need RPM Sequoia.
Mm-hmm.
To work. Thrust RPM Sequoia. Guess that's the thing. RPM Sequoia 1.8 is only for 43 and up.
All right. My rebase should be there. Oh yes, we removed the upper bound.
Yeah, and apparently we can do with RPM Sequoia. Okay, so let me fetch from you and reset to here, and then I'll need to an RPM IO remove the upper bound, and in the main CMake lists. Put in the upper bound. 313. Right. Well, either that or put in a newer Python in here. Python 3.14 devel. Is that Lumir?
Oh, yes, it is. So he's having a concurrent meeting. I guess it was
That's fine.
a very subtle information that I'm overdoing in this remote office.
It's installing so much stuff. I'm so looking forward to the day when DNF automatically reuses the database and containers, so it doesn't have to fetch from mirrors every time when container is created.
Is that on the roadmap? Do
I
you
don't
have
think it
any?
is. Okay, so what PRPM installed. All 40 tests were run and one failed unexpectedly. Well, that's not good. ASM options. No such file or directory. What? BRAP ASM options. What the? Okay, we're out of time. If you
Yes.
have sometime this week getting this to run, then maybe try. Otherwise,
All right. Can you put a temporary commit with those changes you did to Sequoia CMake files, just so that I can fetch and play with it?
oh, in the end, I did. Oh, right. Yeah, sure. There we go. All right.
Thank you.
See you next week.